Hello. This is a video I've been holding off making for a long time. I don't particularly want to do it, but after recent events at the Audrey Extravaganza 2025, I do believe that it is important to mention this. As some of you may have known, a good friend of mine, TK Productions, recently had a run-in with Geroge Ferguson, aka Celtic Railways, or more commonly known as Tornado 60163. He was the user that back in the day stalked Wild Nor'Wester, demanding the model of Mary, the basic, the reskin of Alice that Wild Nor'Wester made for like one episode. He'd stalked him, he'd sent death threats, he'd demanded information, tried to find out information about Wild Nor'Wester's wife, so much to the point that Wild Nor'Wester actually ended up going to the police about it. And other users managed to get into VC with George and told him what he was doing was wrong. His dad ended up getting involved, tried to use the autism card to take some of the blame away. And when he was informed of actually what his son had been doing, he promptly removed George from the internet, and we thought that was the end of it, but apparently not. So unfortunately, this is actually just the final event, or the most recent event in a 10-long year saga, shall we call it. So brief rundown is TK was at the Talyllyn Railway for their Audrey Extravaganza, and George ended up there with either family members or carer, and he cornered Tom in the toilets of all places, stared him down and screamed at him about being kicked from Discord, because that is the most important thing apparently, and had to be escorted off site. We will get to the rest of that shortly, because I have a long list for you. So this is all evidence I've collected over the years. There are going to be names, there are going to be some personal information, there's going to be swearing, and I'm going to get very angry. I've already tried to record this once and it started playing up on me, so I'm having to do it again. So it'd been a few years. It was started in 2015 and it's now 2018, and suddenly I get an email from YouTube about a comment. Barrow Inverness Rail Yards. Hi, Tancho and One Productions. I'm sorry to be a complete arse to you. To make up for it, I now give you the link to my SoundCloud, and yes, you may use my themes. So I decide I'll have a look. What do I find on the SoundCloud? Edward 1, Thomas 2, Henry 3 videos and Kill Bill themes. So he hadn't actually made his own stuff, he was just resharing others. I did reach out to Edward 1, Thomas Edward Henry, and they were like, yeah, please don't use them, I can't remember. And I was like, yeah, no, I just thought I'd let you know. Apparently this repost feature is a thing, but yeah, I never use SoundCloud, so I don't really know how it works. But then I get another screenshot, another comment, how can I voice, on an announcement video for, I think, a special I failed to make years ago. And I'm like, check the dates, the deadline was 3 years ago. The video was from 2015, it's now 2018. Eventually, people start to figure out who he is, and we start ignoring him, and he disappears for a bit. And then he comes back as Leicester to Nottingham. I had found this account started showing up on some of my YouTube premieres, asking the question if I'd been to the Great Central Railway. I told him yes. He asked the same question again the next video, multiple times. And then the next video, multiple times. So I mentioned it in my Discord because I was collecting evidence, going, I think this character is dodgy. They said, yes, that is George. How do you know? And I was sent these lovely tweets. He tagged some voice actress, and gone, great, I have some bad news. I have cancer and a few months to live. One of my wishes before I die is to have a day with you in my home village in the UK. Obviously, it had been well into 2023 when I was sent these pictures. We are now in 2025 recording this, so he was faking cancer? Maybe, potentially. Kind of annoyed me as I had lost friends and family to cancer and other things. He then asked for Anna Kendrick's email address. Kind of creepy. Starting to show a lot of red flags here, good sir. And I'm like, I don't really want anything to do with this person. Turns out he was also actually in my Discord. He then tags Grady Lease and Courtney Taylor. I've probably said the first name wrong. I do apologise. Can you do the splits? Why do you need to know that? Do you smoke? Why do you need to know that? Can you do any martial arts? Can you speak any other languages? Do you play musical instruments? Have you had surgery? And then the crossed out one from the evidence I was giving. Are you natural or fake? As in, have they had plastic surgery on certain body parts? This gets under my skin, admittedly. And I was like, that is very inappropriate, very creepy. I don't want anything to do with this person. I promptly kicked them from my Discord and blocked them. And I then get on one of my Instagram accounts because I had a few YouTube pages. Can I ask you something? And I'm thinking, who's Geroge Ferguson? Then I see the actual username, lest it's not, and I know exactly who they are. So I put, I know who you are. I know what you've done. I know what you've done in the past and recently. I want nothing to do with you. Please leave me alone. I was polite. I was cordial. I am a very polite, cordial man. Okay. I then block this account, so I don't actually get a reply. Oh yeah, that was just me saying in the Discord about what I'd actually, my interactions with him up until this point publicly. I then was sent. Apparently, he tagged the Prime Minister, of Canada, saying that is what Canada should look like, and that Saint Pierre, that other place I can't say, Greenland and Alaska should join Canada. So he's trying to get political, and it's very weird. Other politics will come into it soon. We then find out he's got a quite creepy sounding OC for South Park, named after Croven in somebody else's YouTube series, Thomas series, and he wants them to be shipped with Jenny Simmons, an official character from the show. And again, it's quite creepy because apparently this character was a self-insert. And these are kids. He's wanting to ship himself with a known kid. Sorry, Steen, go away. He supports a united Ireland. So he's saying about he's getting dug in with the conflicts, political turmoil between Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom, and the Republic of Ireland. There was a lot of upset in the 70s. A lot of people unfortunately lost their lives. It's not a subject to be spoken about lightly, and I'm just moving the box around, sorry. Yeah, and this gets brought up a few more times throughout my evidence. It's something nobody talks about, and he's so hung up on this United Ireland. I don't know what the context behind this one was. This is back in 2022, but he's saying about that kids say they want to kill their parents and never mean it. I don't think I ever said I wanted to kill my parents. Also, would you make the BC babies cry by saying, I think you might have been watching too much British children's programming? Thomas the Tank Engine had one episode where Douglas kills the brake van and doesn't regret it. And he deserved to. So many more red flags, and I'm like, I really want nothing to do with this guy now. Hey-oh! You alright? I don't know what was going on there. But it was still kind of creepy. This is the moment where I lose face a little bit, but I think it is very warranted. These next few screenshots are not quite in order. I will try to explain what goes on. But I had a fandom account because I was in the process of attempting to make a fandom Wikipedia for my series. I've given up a bit on that, to be honest. But I was at work doing a stock count in the yard and started getting emails from fandom, and it was lost on my way, and I quickly figured out it was George. And I think in a couple of pictures yes, that was it. I start getting, what is your beef with me? You block me from Discord, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube and give no reason. Give me a reason. Well, what is your beef with me? I want to know. Is it because of what I did back in 2015? Because I'm not that person anymore. I hate it when people jump to conclusions. He doesn't give me a chance to reply. So I'd say, listen, I've told you I don't want anything to do with you. Leave me alone. I've seen your recent tweets and you haven't changed. Do not reach out to me again. The very personal, very doesn't have a boundary style of questions. I don't want that in my life. Okay. How dare you jump to conclusions? I have changed. What recent tweets I deactivated? What is your proof? I'm like, I'm not getting into it. Please just leave me alone. And in the midst of all this, I get, how does it feel? How does it feel being married to a fat tub of lard? I will admit, not my best day because I saw red. I was recently married at that point and not long since come back from honeymoon. So we're now talking, we're still in 2023, early 2023. And I snapped and I said, how mature to go after my wife. You are some piece of work. Get them out of my life and grow up. I was livid. And then he starts going on about wanting forgiveness and flying the white flag. Asking forgiveness after insulting my wife? Not in a million years. He's lost his chance. Just fuck off and leave me alone. You've seen these. I only did that because you jumped to conclusions. Besides, I doubt you would have forgiven me even if I hadn't made that edit. Well, you said it. I have evidence of you saying what you said. He says, why are you so obtuse? And it's like, my dude, I've told you numerous times, I don't want to be your friend, don't want anything to do with you, I don't like the vibe you give off, and then you insult my wife. Now you are my enemy number one, sir. You are on the top of the shit list. Anywhere you go, I will, in my endeavour, remove you from anything to do with me. If you're in my server, I will remove you. I will make people aware of what you've said and what you have done. And I do, because I'm documenting everything in my Discord, and I do invite people in to see this evidence. Right? And I told him, he's wasted any chances, leave me alone. I would never give him any chances, apparently, because you are unforgiving. I am unforgiving. I have given people multiple chances, even when it's not deserved. Okay? I have had incidences with firearms shoved in places where they shouldn't be, and I gave those kids chances when I was in the Army Cadets. Right? But he's crossed the line. After what you did to Wild and Wester back in the day, I decided I didn't want anything to do with you. Take the hint, leave me alone. You aren't welcome here anymore. Right? He then starts with a new account, fan of City Walk, reference again to the South Park. This is how we figure out it's him. Please let me back into your Discord server. I'm really sorry, because of course Tom has seen this and has removed him, because even he's saying that is not appropriate. Right? He then starts with the victim making out he's a victim, sorry. And again, creep factor goes up. Hello, my name is Geroge Ferguson, previously known as so-and-so, as we've mentioned earlier. I am doing my best to improve my behaviour. 8 years ago, I behaved very badly, and I deeply regret it. But back then, I didn't have the right support, and I wasn't used to using the internet. However, in 2013, I went to the Tallyclean Railway and put some ghosts to rest with other Thomas fans such as Terry 55 Stepney, the Bluey 2, White House Films, etc. I'm not asking for any personal info or trains content. What I'm asking for is forgiveness. I'm also aware that Tenshine 1 and Rails of the Callum, Rails of the World, still hate me and want my nice pair of smooth criminals for Xmas decorations. What the fuck? There had been rumours going around at the Audrey extravaganza that weekend that someone was going around trying to bully and or goad people, pressure people into right-wing conversations. Can't confirm if that was George. Wouldn't actually be amiss if it was him. But to then mention that me and Callum want to use his gonads as Christmas decorations. My dude, all we'd ever said to you was please leave us alone. Why? We weren't after you. We weren't, going around going, oh yeah, by the way, George is this person. If evidence comes up, I was documenting it. And people were coming to me going, I heard you're documenting it. Here's more. I don't want any harm to come to you. I have actually told people in my Discord to stop insulting you and to stop threatening you because I don't have that. Right? Because it gets dicier later on with more fandom drama. But I told people to just leave you alone. There is no point kind of to talk to you. We knew that. And I said just to leave him alone, block him, don't interact with him. That's all he's wanting. And I said multiple times, if I find out anyone is insulting him or threatening him, I will deal with them. All right? Because I won't have that. I will be the better person. And this is my first attempt to make it known that, he is what he is, because he was starting to get a bit more traction. And I just wanted to let people know, he's not the nicest of people. He's got a mean streak to him. And yeah, again, I do lose a bit of face here. And I sound a bit hypocritical saying, that I've told people not to go after him, but I'm going after him. But I just wanted to be left alone. I was getting stressed. He was making me anxious. And he's tried sweet talking and sob stories and making me out to be the bad guy. So I'm just trying to defend myself here. He then goes after Henry Horror Forest or Square Wheel Productions. And this is where... So Henry Horror Forest and another were helping me with the wiki because I didn't know what was going on. And at this point, he kept changing my wiki to my account because apparently you can leave comments on accounts, and he was saying that I was a bully, that I was mean, etc., etc. So as you can see, he deeply regrets it, trying to show he's a changed human being, and Henry Horror Forest is not having any of it, saying it's disgraceful, shaming my wife. So he's standing up for me here. I feel so much remorse for it. I don't think he does, because the next few comments shows actually the person he is. Demanding to be listened to, saying he's changed. That's not fair. Now you're spinning it in your favour. I'm trying to start fresh. This isn't so healthy for us to dwell on this. Don't hold a grudge. Build a bridge with me. Grudges are never going to get anyone anywhere in life. Ben is a very smart bloke who has a gorgeous wife, and I have no grudge against him or his wife or you. So now you're trying to use flattery and, just isn't going to cut it, as Henry Horror Forest says, and it just winds me up more than he... Again, I know I used the wife story as a reason why I personally can't stand the man, but he just can't let it go. And then he comes out with this, saying it's discriminatory. No, we just don't want the way you are in our lives, because it's shown that anytime anyone goes against you, you instantly go through for the neck with your comments. And he's demanding forgiveness. He's not even saying, he wants to be forgiven. He wants to be forgiven. He's not one. I regret it. I regret it. But he hasn't actually approached and said, listen, can you say, that this isn't how you go about getting forgiveness. And then again, just randomly brings up the fact that he thinks Ireland should be whole again. That's got, as if to try and use it as like a bribery tactic or something. I really don't know. Yeah. And then he contacts Rail the World again, and says this: you're a smart human being, make the right choice. If you ever want to come to me and say you are sorry for what you said to me and you want to be on good terms with me, then I will forgive you and welcome you with open arms. I'm not going to sink to the same lows as the likes of you. I'm better than you. I'm willing to forgive you for what you said and start fresh. P.S. You are right. Life is too short for petty bullshit. We'll all need to make the most of it. If you're worried I won't forgive you, then that is not the case. I will drop everything you said to me if you're willing to do things your end. Demanding forgiveness again and saying that he's the one that should be forgiving us. Rail World did go on and just try and end it by saying, yes, fine, whatever. But, you know, this is now 2024 and he's still going on and hasn't learned that people just don't want anything to do with him. You know? And now we get back into the Henry Horror Forest saga. Things get a little personal here. But yeah, he starts saying that he's being treated like shit when, again, all Henry has said is just please leave me alone. That's not treating you like shit, mate. That's just saying I don't want anything to do with you. Please leave me alone. And it just goes on. And he's getting very personal, demanding to be unblocked. And when Henry Horror Forest says he's dealing with something, he says he's lying. You know, George says that Henry Horror Forest is lying. So yeah, and it just carries on. And then he's asking for a truce and grudges, you know, and a ceasefire. Why are you talking like this? We don't want anything to do with you, you know, and you are making a bad name for yourself. You know, I just, the way he talks, and then he starts calling Henry Horror Forest sweetheart. You know, let me back in, sweetheart. His creep factor is through the roof at this point. You know, what he's saying he's having therapy and medication, but I don't believe him. You know, he starts bringing up some very personal stuff, and actually ends up putting Henry Horror Forest into therapy. He's actually pushed Henry Horror Forest into therapy over some of the things he said. Very personal stuff, bringing up a lot of past trauma, and it's just not acceptable, George. You've hurt someone so severely that they've had to go into therapy because of your actions and the things you have said to people. That he should forgive someone that has abused him in the past. And that they didn't mean anything, that they were the good. No, George. Besides, Glenn should not be het up about a simple blemish. A simple blemish? You insulted my wife, George. The love of my life. The woman I want to have children with. The woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. And you insult her. Claiming you have a girlfriend. How would you feel if people insulted your girlfriend? You wouldn't like it, would you? But we don't do that because we're better than that. Alright? I told you, you do not go after my wife. It wasn't a simple blemish. It was the line. You know, saying about having restraining orders against your family and stuff. Saying that it was all made up to make him feel bad. and then starts name calling. Debbie Downer. Sorry, Deborah. Sorry, Deborah. And then he says, again, the creep factor. You will have to come again, and this time in my ear hole, not my crevice, sorry. What? And this is the person that so-called had a fight, and we're all being childish at the Audrey extravaganza, and this fight was childish, as some people have said online. This is the person that's caused all this, not TK Productions. TK Productions is enough a victim in this as the rest of us at this point. And you're saying, you know, and it's childish that this person has cornered over a Discord. No, it's not over a Discord. It's over all of the red flags, the cringe, the crossing the lines, the very personal comments and questions. Calling him Karen or Becky or Deborah, you know. And then he has the gall a few weeks later to message me again on Fandom. It's me, George, here. I've taken a lot of time to get this right. I admit what I said to you and your wife was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I deeply regret it. I've since decided to turn my life around. I'm doing so much better now. I'm trying to distance myself from horrid past. I think you're lucky to be married to Carol. You're both great together, and your dogs are so cute. I can't unsay what I said in the past, but I can change for the better, which I have. I now offer you the hand of friendship. I hope you accept it. Also, as my dad once said, forgive and forget. I no longer have any anger or grudges towards anyone anymore. I don't use trains or ask for personal info. I hope you can clean up all this gobbledygook and turn a new leaf. Besides regards, George P.S. My cat of 20 years, Marmalade, had to be took down 3 days ago. I'm sorry about your cat. Genuinely, I really am. But when will you get the message that I don't want to be in touch with you? I don't want to be your friend. You do not understand boundaries, sir. Okay? So I tell him again. How about no? We've travelled down a path that you can never be undone. You've said things that can never be forgiven. You've not only insulted me, but my wife and my friends. I know of your conversation with Henry Horovirus. I know of things you said to them, and I have the proof. You are not welcome here. This is my one and only reply to you. Everything you do is being documented and catalogued. People have their eyes on you and report back to me. There is no way you will ever redeem yourself in my books. Do yourself a favour and forget about ever giving forgiveness from me or anyone else. You are not welcome here. I have seen there, and this isn't even all of the evidence. I'm just picking out the most prominent bits in my story. I'm sure there's evidence that has not been sent to me. I've been told things from word of mouth. Okay. And then he says this. Come on, sweetheart. I know you want to be my friend. Say it with me. Let's work something out. Forgive and forget. Don't call me sweetheart. You do not have the right to call me sweetheart. That is just so creepy. So cringy and crosses so many boundaries. You make my skin crawl every time you contacted me. You give me anxiety. I literally cannot go to the Great Central Railway within fear of meeting you and saying something and doing something that I will regret. Okay? You're only hurting yourself. If you can't forgive, then you are not even human. I'm a fully rounded human being. Your so-called evidence doesn't frighten me. I've messaged Wild and Western. I think he will tell you that you're going too far. I've learned to let go of grudges. I wish you could, but obviously you still temper tantrum. I just try to be nice, but you treat me like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, or Pol Pot, or Leopold II. One, why are you messaging Wild and Wester, who again also wants nothing to do with you? And I know that for a fact because we have spoken about you multiple times and we've all warned Wild and Wester every time you show up. Because he also cannot stand you. And Wild and Wester would not be the person to tell me not to... he would not be the person to tell me to drop everything and that I'm going too far. This is me now going too far because I didn't want to have to do this, and you have pushed it again and again, sir. To then bring in Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, and Pol Pot, and Leopold II. You are not like them. Do not even put yourself into the same category of evil that those people were. Okay? You are trying to twist and manipulate people and gaslight people now because oh, well, if you treat me like Hitler. No, that's not how that works. Okay? You are not evil. Okay? You just do not understand human interactions. You go so far beyond any boundaries that are socially acceptable. You insult people on a level that is so personal that it hurts them and pushes them to a point that they have not been in for a long time. I do not get angry. It takes a lot to get me angry. People can attest to that. And even now, making this video, you are making me angry. But I haven't insulted you. I haven't bullied you. All I have done is either A, respectfully asked you to leave me alone, or told you to leave me alone in no uncertain terms. Never have I insulted you. Okay? And if I have insulted you, show me. But I've never turned around and treated you. I've never said I wanted harm to you. All I've wished is to be left alone. And that is the same for every other person that has interacted with you, that has shown me stuff. Because it gets worse. It keeps going. You then start to edit my account. I'm the one that put up saying I was being harassed to avoid it at all costs. But then you said, no, actually, I'm innocent. My portfolio lies. Oh, it really doesn't. Because I don't lie. I then get an email from Zoom asking to be contacted by you. Okay? Zoom, of all things, I have used once or twice in my life during the pandemic, and you are contacting me on Zoom, trying to get a video call with me. I've drawn a line in the sand, and constantly, over and over and over again, you go past that line. I've told you multiple times, I don't want to talk to you, don't want to deal with you, don't want anything to do with you. You have set off so many red flags. You can't get it through your head that people might not want to be in touch with you. You are not important. You have main character syndrome. And it carries on. YouTube comments. Come on, sweetheart. You know what you and Henry Horrifies want to be my friends. Now say it with me. Say it with me. And then at the bottom there, are you going to bark all day, little doggy, or are you going to bite? Well, this is me biting now. I've told you numerous times to leave me alone. Right? I even told you at multiple points I was going to go to the police, and I still might. I tried that threat hoping that you would actually go, maybe I've pushed it too far, but obviously I was wrong. Then you go to another one of my friends. And it carries on. Well aware of what you've done. Apparently, Wild Noes has spoken to your mum. You're not hiding anything. You want to punish your younger self for what you did. Okay, fair enough. Don't agree with the violence. But then you email me again. Oh, well, no, sorry, this is actually to Henry Horrifies, but you send the same thing to me. Why can't you just say, no more grudges and hatred. Let's both forgive Geroge Ferguson over some petty things he said and be his friends. Let's all stop telling our friends to hate him. Why is it so much to ask that the pair of you just pack it in? Why? We could have all been good friends who looked past petty words we didn't mean. I'm sorry about your grandma. Justice will prevail for you. But if you and Ben continue to hold grudges against me, then you are only hurting yourselves. These grudges you both hold are not healthy. You're hurting yourselves. You have to learn to let go and not listen to stupid rumours from Ben. I'm a good person. No, you're really not. You both should be wise for petty BS. Both of you holding a grudge against me won't get you anywhere. Why try and keep me as an enemy when we can all try to find common ground and become allies? I'm so sorry I called you sweetheart. That was wrong of me, and again, I didn't mean it. You both could be like Hero, and I am Spencer from Hero the Rail. Spencer tried to murder Hero, which is worse than any insult. What? But Hero managed to forgive him. If Hero can do it, why can't you both? Please make the right decision. Let's keep this petty. Don't keep this petty grudge. Let it go. Spencer didn't try to murder Hero, from what I remember from that special. Haven't watched it in a few years, I will admit. But why are you using that? We haven't mentioned about harming you at any point. I have been angry. Yes, I may have said that I want to go. I want to know where you are. Yes. But I've never said anything publicly about hurting you. I may have said some things in anger. I will take that. I put my hand up. But I've never said that I was going to come and murder you. What the actual fuck, my dude? Really? And again, he sent something similar to me. Don't have that. Why does Tenshine want? Experian, another name thrown into this mix now. Don't even know what you've said to that guy, but apparently he's bullying you too and can't find it impossible to forgive innocent people. You're not innocent. You insulted my wife. You sent my friend to therapy. You're not innocent. Again, editing my account to say that I want to be your friend and that I'm lonely. Okay, I'm sorry that you're lonely, but you've done this to yourself, kid. And now, again, I've not interacted with him at this point. I've not said anything to him at this point, but apparently me and these other two people are brain damaged. Seriously. Because we've seen the truth of what you are, sir, and we've said, no thank you. I'm fully rounded being. You, Ben, Experian, and Henry Horrorvirus are not. This is again to somebody else now. I can't remember who this was to. I know what forgiveness means. You lot don't. I've tried to be friendly with you all, but you just treat me like North Korean politician or Syrian politician. No! We do not treat you like the North Koreans or the Syrian politicians. We treat you with the same, with actually probably better energy than you've treated us. We've told you, just leave us alone. We don't want anything to do with you. Another one of my friends, just leave them alone. It's all they want. They're tired of dealing with you, all of them. Never, I won't let you win. And they wonder why they don't want anything to do with you. Good point there. You can't just let it go. We get on with our lives and then you pop up every now and then just to torment us. Again, say it with me. You want to be my friend. You want to be one of my... Say it with me. Trains for days. I'm sorry this person gets dragged into it. I really am. And I finally say it. He's, again, constantly on me. In the private messages on my wall, and I say, fine, I will accept that you regret your words, and I will wholeheartedly say that, but I do not accept your apology. And yes, I did say I was going to the police, and I'm still very much tempted to, as I am still now. So last chance, leave me and the others alone. I've told them to stop insulting you and your family, as I find that utterly disgusting, and I will take action against the person if I find out who it is, because we had some random account saying some actually quite mean things, and I'm not going to show that because that's not part of the point. But I said multiple times in my public Discord, and you can come and see that, anyone, if I find out who that person was, you will deal with my wrath. And I will put you on blast, just as much as I'm now doing with George. I will not have people insulting others in my name or others' names. I tried numerous times to tell people to stop, and if as I said, if I find out who was calling this person, who was being horrible to George, calling his mother out, I do not accept that. Okay? And if I find out who this person is, they will be dealt with. But you're a young man, and but you, young man, will never ever earn my respect, forgiveness or friendship. What you said to me hurt beyond measure, and that wound will never heal or be mended. So give it up now. I don't care about you. Don't want to know you. Don't want to be your friend. I'm not holding a grudge. I simply don't give a shit anymore. You are an annoyance, and that is it. He then replies with, I held no grudges either. I never meant to hurt you. I just thought you could heal. I was just raised to think that if you want to hate me, then fine. If you want to go to the police, then fine. But because honestly, I want to effing die. Oh, the gaslighting. I've been suicidal. I do not take threats of suicide very lightly. I have actually cut friends off for trying to gaslight me with suicide in the past. So don't even go there. And I say this, don't you dare ever say that to me again. This is your chance to change the course of your life and live it peacefully. You seriously end it because someone online doesn't want to be your friend? Don't throw your life away over this. I'm giving you a chance here to not get into trouble and ruin your life. I've been suicidal. I know what it feels like, so don't you dare try and guilt trip me. I am done. Okay, and I give him as many chances as I can. And he carries on. I've dropped everything. Ceasefire. And now this is where he drops me now for a time. And I have no contact with him. I have had no contact with him for a while. But I still am gathering the evidence. All of this could have been avoided if you didn't treat me like an animal. We have not treated you like an animal. All we've said is just to leave us alone. And then he says this. I hope that your brother has a very healthy life. I hope that he, both of your grannies and the rest of your family, pets included, all go to heaven. Meanwhile, I hope that you die painfully of that brain injury you have and rot in the underworld. You say you're a changed being. You say you're a changed human. You say you want forgiveness, respect and friendship. And then you go and say that to one of my friends. And you wonder why nobody wants anything to do with you. And you wonder why people ban you from Discord every time you show up. Because you say stuff like that. Seriously, people. If you are friends with this person, I would start to seriously reconsider it, because it's only a matter of time until he turns on you. And then find out that Wise the tender engine, the great exporter from Russia, and that is important, was also dragged into this. Why can't I message you on Discord? I just want to be able to chat occasionally. I'm sorry if I upset you. So I'm like, Wise, what's gone on? Back at the start of the Ukraine war, he gets this DM from the Leicester to Nottingham account, so we're probably back in 2023, 2022. Take my advice and get out of here, you stinking Russian. You're a Vladimir Putin rat. I bet you want Ukraine for yourself. I'm sorry, we don't want enemies in our community. As far as I'm concerned, all Russians are foes. What? So now the racism rears its ugly head again. And poor Wise is like, excuse me? If you think that judging by the actions of the government is immoral or correct to be xenophobic to someone who is even against all of this, then get your priorities straight. The whole situation with Ukraine hurts me much more, having a lot of Ukrainian heritage myself. So knock off, you xenophobic piece of shit. I deeply feel sorry for Wise. I've said this to him multiple times. I really am sorry that he's in the position that he's in with being in Russia. And I just read the bit. I forgot that he had Ukrainian heritage. You know. So, again, this is the person that started a fight over a Discord ban. You wonder why we want nothing to do with this person. And then in public chats, I'm sorry, but considering what's going on in Ukraine, we don't want a Russian among our community. Please leave, you Russian rat. Someone else, this was edited by somebody else, so bruh, he doesn't have to leave just because he's Russian. I bet you love to drink vodka and rape and murder Ukrainian women, you Russian dog. Just trying to keep us safe from terrorists. Wow. You cross a line every time. I think you've gone too far, and then you find another line to cross. You really do. And this is winding me up to a level that I've not been for a long time. Again. And then he sends him an apology. My racist cousin got a hold of my laptop while I was distracted and he hates Russians. Wise, at the time, didn't know what was going on over here in my own Discord with the evidence and all the history. So he kind of forgives him. But Jesus, that really? That's a lie. That is a barefaced lie if I'd ever seen one. And then it starts again on YouTube. More comments. Are you going to learn to look past the BS and try and be my friend? Because I've had enough of you treating me like fucking animals. No, we're not treating you like an animal. We just don't want anything to do with you. And then it's in other people's YouTube videos now. It's not even limited to our own YouTube videos and our own YouTube channels. It is everywhere we go. This person is showing up. We can't leave our own little corner of the community in fear of this guy showing up. Popular videos, Terrier 55 Stepney videos, I believe Unlucky Tug videos, TK Production videos. He just shows up everywhere and it keeps going on. What I said about Ben Taylor's wife, I never meant a fucking word of it. No, you really did. And again, just in a bad mood, and then goes on and insults someone saying he's a good person. No. And again, another finds a comment by, and then again, straight away, when will you learn to fucking forgive? And then he starts releasing videos, small clips of films. Just stop, leave me alone, and all this stuff. And he's asking us to leave him alone. We're not the ones following him around. He's the one coming to us. Everywhere we go, he's there. This is the description of said video. I've had enough of being shunned. I only want to join all these Discord servers and be friends with everyone. But you all have to be petty and bring up my past. I know what I did was wrong and I'm sorry about it, but bringing it up isn't going to make it go away. Bringing it up on me all the time will only make everything worse. Why keep me as an enemy when we could all try to find common ground? We all love the first 7 seasons of Thomas. We all think the Nitrogen era, bearing Hero of the Rails, Black Mountain Mystery sucks. We all love real trains as well. Can we all just draw a line in the sand, please? I'm tired of my past and I want to move on from it, but your petty grudges will not make you feel better. And then he links a major problem in the fandom by Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3. I can't remember what that video was, but yeah. Trains for Days was very unkind about my past when I just wanted to talk to him on his fandom account. Nick Train 123. Hi Nick. Also badmouthed me on Twitter as well. Tenshine1 all told his friends to shun me. I have not. I just make people aware. Kinda, maybe that might be shunning. I don't know. But I haven't said, oh yeah, just shun this person. I've just gone, here's the evidence. Make your own mind up. Reason for this, because I called his wife a fat ballad, which I agree was completely wrong with me and I feel deeply sorry about it, but these stupid grudges will not undo it. When can you unblock? And he talks about himself in the third person. I'm not a bad person, I'm just misunderstood by the Thomas fans. I want this pathetic title and so my reputation to end. He's not a good person. And it's evident by that because he just can't let it go. I'm a good person. I'm just accusing these 6 very petty Thomas fans of being completely unreasonable. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Why do you act like I support North Korea or Israel? I support South Korea and Palestine. What's that got to do with anything? Really? You're the one that keeps bringing politics into it, not us. You all forget the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. And I did. I was polite. I was respectful. I never insulted you, but then you insulted my wife. And I still haven't insulted you. And I have actually gone out my way to stop people insulting you and your family. You always wonder why I do the things I do, because you won't leave my past alone. I'm just trying to move forward, but these 6 petty guys think they can bully people how they see fit and everything will be fine. I am a human being who wants kindness from this fandom. How can you all call yourself true Thomas fans if you just bully me? I know what I did in the past, but you're all acting that on me tenfold. If other people are bullying you, I do not support that. Okay? But you are going around putting yourself in these situations. You are going around not leaving people alone. I wholeheartedly believe you can find a corner of the internet that will be your friend. Unfortunately, that corner does not involve me. Again, linking me into videos, trying to, and he has other names. He's taken these videos down, so I can't even show you what these videos were anymore. But and again, neglecting, kicking, excluding from Discord servers. When one hasn't broken any of the server rules for bullying, but no one's worried about me. You're just bullying me. Make it stop. We're not bullying you. We just know what you're like, and you are a concern. And again, straight away onto other people's YouTube premieres. Let's be friends. And again, Nick Train starts going on about it now on Twitter and Blue Sky, going, you know, we all know who you are. Leave us alone. And then I find out that he's been walking around the Great Central Railway with a hit photo. And muffins. Lots of muffins. Gets called Muffin Man or Cupcake Man or whatever. But he's got a hit list video of the Blue E2. Why, George? You say you're a changed person, but then you go around with a circled face of someone. You have found someone's personal photo and carry it around. Are you serious? Again, please will you let me back into your server? I'm sorry about what I said. Say that you're my friend. Are you? And then he goes on asking people if they're Norwegian. What relevance does that have, George? So people actually do start ignoring him and saying, I don't know who you are. And the latest one, obviously with what TK's put out, someone's found his account. I am a good person. I'm ashamed of my past. I want every Thomas fan to unblock me because I'm not a threat. You clearly are a threat. You have not changed. You are still using the same gaslight tactics. You are trying to make yourself out as the victim. You are still showing evidence of your racism. You did not leave TK alone at the Audrey extravaganza this weekend, just when he told you to multiple times. You then, from rumours that I heard, went round and harassed other people and was escorted off site again on the Saturday. I have eyes and ears everywhere, mate. These people do not want to be your friend. We do not want to be your friend. I do not want to be your friend. I will not forgive you. I will not forget this. Okay? Please, for the love of God, leave us alone. That is all we want. I've had multiple people tell me I should go to the police and file this as a cybercrime. And I am very much tempted, sir. But I will not. Because I do not believe that your life should be ruined by going to the police and getting you a criminal record. I want the best for you. I really do. And I hope that you can grow up and live a happy life. But that happy life will not include me or my friends. You can find a corner of this fandom. You can make your own corner of this fandom. Go out and make friends. Find peace. Please, I beg of you. Just, I also beg that you leave me alone. You stop bringing up my wife. You stop approaching people in public, in the fucking toilets of all things. And that you leave these people alone. We have made it clear so many times, we do not want to be your friend. Deal with it. As I said, this is a video I didn't want to make. This is a video that has been, I feel reluctant to make. But I want this information out there so that people know that this wasn't just some petty fight at the weekend. This is people actively being stalked and harassed by you, which is a crime. Okay? This is people actively hiding from you. This is people that every time your username shows up, our hairs stand on end. We get anxiety. As I said, you have put one of my friends into therapy because of your actions. You can apologize. You can say you regret for as much as you like. That is not going to undo the harm that you have done. I've told my wife what you said about her, and you made her very upset and cried. Right? You made me unbelievably angry. You made the colleagues I was with when they found out unbelievably angry. That is how much of a problem you are in my life. I want nothing to do with you. I go my day to day not thinking about you. But I live rent free in your head. Geroge Ferguson, you mean nothing to me, ultimately. And I will go on living my life happy not being your friend. I will go on with my life, carrying on doing what I'm doing, making my series, being friends with the people I choose to be friends with, not told to be friends with. But you seriously need to sit down, look in the mirror and sort your life out, because this is going too far now. To actively corner someone in a bathroom at a public event, screaming at them that staff, members of staff, people I also know, had to get involved with and drag you away and escort you off site. It's not on. Really is not on. I will not stand for anyone bullying you. I will not stand for anyone insulting you. But you're not helping yourself. Please leave me and my friends alone for the last time. And please, George, I beg of you, just look inwards. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've said to people and think about how that has hurt people. And step away. Thank you. Goodbye.